colony collapse disorder. It's a very real thing affecting today's honeybee industry, and unfortunately researchers are no closer to finding out the root of the problem.
Yeah, and Kenny, although many commercial beekeepers themselves have collapsed as a result, one bright spot in all this seems to be the small beekeepers. Recently, I spent the day with Carl and Virginia Webb of MTN Honey in Clarksville, Georgia. And as you're about to see, their love and passion for beekeeping makes them the perfect ambassadors for this honey of an industry. Pardon the pun, if you will, but the buzz around Habersham County is that Carl and Virginia Webb are passionate about their bees. Whether it's the different types of honey the bees produce or the many products derived from the bees, their operation is a well-oiled machine.
My husband and I were full-time commercial beekeepers here in Habersham County. We're also the largest employer in Habersham County with over 9 million workers in our operation. Only 2 of us are 2-legged, the rest are all 6-legged. We have about 350 colonies. We're not only honey producers, but we're also queen breeders and bee breeders, and we specialize in the Russian bee. The Russian bee has never been associated with the colony collapse disorder, and it's a bee that is certainly more resistant to the deadly varroa mite that has been plaguing the United States for about 40 years.
In addition to being full-time beekeepers, the Webbs are also lifelong beekeepers. Virginia says her passion for the industry began in the 1960s when her father, who was also a beekeeper, presented her with her first hive. As fate would have it, beekeeping is what eventually brought the Webbs together.
My husband, too, was a beekeeper for many, many years. We had met at a beekeepers meeting several years earlier and really hit it off very well, and it was a sweet reunion for the 2 of us to get married. Agriculture could not survive without the honeybees. Very few fruits and vegetables can be self-pollinated. They need that vector or an insect to pollinate it. Honeybees are the most efficient bee an insect to pollinate our fruits, vegetables, legumes, and nuts. Here in Georgia, it's a multi-million-dollar industry to pollinate many of the fruits and vegetables that you see, from apples in North Georgia, cotton in Middle Georgia, the cucumbers and watermelons in South Georgia. It's an essential part of our agricultural system.
And although bees themselves can at times be territorial, Virginia says beekeepers as a whole are not. In fact, she encourages those who are thinking about starting their own bee operation, whether it be a large one or a small one.
Having local beekeepers enhances gardens, it enhances the wildlife around them. You also have the ability to get local honey from your area, and that's some of the best things. You know, even small beekeepers with having just a couple hives can easily produce 200 and 300 pounds of surplus honey every year. It's easier today, I think, to get involved in beekeeping than ever before. The Georgia Beekeepers Association is one of the great clubs that are here in the state that can help you in getting involved in beekeeping. Almost every local club in the state belongs to the Georgia Beekeepers Association. They offer classes, workshops, and hands-on experience in learning about beekeeping.